Hey, this is John Bohlinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're looking at the brand new MXR Deep Phase. Now, MXR in 1974, their very first pedal was the Script Phase 90. And that became just a really important part of rock and roll history. My favorite player to me, where I really heard the first Phase 90 was this Van Halen. He used the Script, but he also used the model after that. So in 1974, when they made the Phase 90, it was perfect in its simplicity. It's just an on-off switch like that, one big fat knob, no LED, no power, just battery operated, and it became this huge iconic pedal. They then came out with the other font, the block font, and that had an LED later on. It also had power, and then they've made some other tweaks like the Van Halen model. But the Deep Phase is a very cool next step in the development of this pedal. So before I tell you more, take a second to subscribe below. So MXR has made some cool modern tweaks to the Deep Phase. Number one, small size. Love mini pedals because we're all kind of struggling for real estate on our pedal boards. Good bright LED down there, blue. The classic on-off like it had before, but here's where it gets a little more interesting. Number one, you've got two knobs. The first one is like on the original. This is the speed knob, which affects the speed of the effect. And then the second knob is the feedback knob, which adjusts the intensity and sharpness of the phase peaks. The next new addition is the mode switch right here. Now the default mode runs on 4 phase shifter stages for a smooth ride. Now when you engage it to mode 2, it actually doubles to 8 stages, and that's going to be a little more textured and complex. So let's start with the basic kind of Phase 90 sounds in this thing, which it has, and then it goes to, weirder places. Now here's what the Van Halen Script sounds like. Pretty close, right? But this gives you much more. If you turn it up kind of like, okay, here's another kind of classic sound you can get. By turning it up a little bit, you can totally get a Leslie S sound. Let's try this. Okay, like a... Come on, man. Picture yourself on a boat on a river. Anyway, the Deep Phase does that classic thing really well. But when we get into tweaking some of this stuff, it really gets interesting. So let's jack with this feedback knob a little bit. I found, okay, there's like our basic kind of basic phasey thing. But when we turn that up, I love that. I love to be able to just kind of take it to a different place. Again, the Phase 90, nothing, I love the Phase 90. But to have this option for tweakability definitely appeals to me. To me, that's got that really good kind of country, sound like Waylon Jennings. Cool, right? It's got some real depth to it. Now, let's crank that thing way up and bring our speed up a little bit and see where this takes us. to me, what I was going for, let me bring that back a little bit, is like that Rolling Stones, you know, 70s kind of thing. Some girls are. Right? Very, you know, very Keith back in the day. Again, pretty classic sound, but with a little more depth to it. Now, if we really go for crazy sounds, just crank these up and we'll be there. You know, weird spaceman stuff. Okay, so obviously it has the classic sounds covered with some extra tweakability from that feedback knob, but let's go crazy and engage mode 2. I'm gonna dial it down a little bit and just see what this does. Man, I love that. And that's just the reverb, guitar reverb pedal into the amp. Oh, by the way, that's my 64 Deluxe that I'm playing through. All right, let's crank this up and get a little more funky. Cool, right? So how fun is that? Good on you, MXR. You took this thing where it all started back in '74 and made the tweaks that players want. So I love it, love the pedal. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. While you're online, make sure you subscribe to our Instagram, YouTubes, Facebook, all that jazz. Hell, subscribe to the magazine, have it sent right to your house. I know I do. It's John Bohlinger. Till next time.